Hey, Neoseeker, this is David Chang at GDC 2012. I'm here with Doug Heder of Activision Publishing, and he's here to tell us a little bit about The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. So The Amazing Spider-Man, of course, is being developed by Beenox, located in Quebec City, Canada. And this is their third title, in fact, working with Spider-Man. They've been working on this for a few years now, almost 2 years specifically on this title, The Amazing Spider-Man. And of course, we are launching right in time for the new movie coming out this summer, which is a reboot going back to the very origin of Peter Parker and where he first obtains his powers as Spider-Man. And we are building off of that same universe and giving players and audiences a brand new experience set in that same movie universe that actually follows the events after the movie takes place. So it is an epilogue to the movie, a sequel of sorts, if you will, with new adventures and new exciting chapters for Peter and his friends, new girlfriend Gwen Stacy, and some of the key characters from the film that they'll be participating in together.
So how was it working on a movie tie-in project? Usually sometimes there's a lot of constraints with it. How did Beenox do working with the movie makers?
It's actually been a really fun process overall. Marvel and Sony, of course, are our partners in the process. And when we pitched them the idea of doing a story that takes place after the events of the movie, they all really got excited and jumped on board. So we got a lot of support very early on from the filmmakers, very impressed with sort of the story that we came up with, and it was right in line with sort of the ideas that they were talking about and where they see the franchise going, should it continue to move forward past the first film. And so it's been a lot of fun, and we've gotten a lot of support. And it's given us a lot of freedom to move beyond what you would normally expect from sort of a movie tie-in game. We are not bound by the retelling the events of the story by any means at all. Mm-hmm. In fact, we get to write sort of the next chapter and really give the player something brand new, while still giving them touching on the themes and characters and ideas that are presented in the movie.
So, as you were showing in the demo, a really gorgeously built environment of the entire city of Manhattan, and you mentioned that there's up to 1,400 buildings in the environment. And obviously, in the Spider-Man games, the movement through the city is like a really big part of the game. So, can you tell us a little about the previous Spider-Man game? It was a lot of corridor spaces. Can you tell us a little bit about having the game move from more confined spaces and bringing it out into this open world?
Yeah, well, we knew from the very first day when we got pitched the idea of doing a movie tie-in game that if we're going to do something along the lines that works with the movie universe, we've got to go back to that free roam, open city environment. That was such a big part of the previous movie games, and I think it's something that every fan fondly remembers. Looking at just the forums and what people have been clamoring for the last few years, the appetite was there to go back and do that open, free roam, swinging, bringing that aspect of gameplay back into the Spider-Man games. I'm really proud of the work that Beenox did on the last two Spider-Man games, Shattered Dimensions and Edge of Time. And, I think we learned a lot of fantastic, valuable lessons from both those games and did some really great things that hadn't been done in the Spider-Man series before. And now we're taking all those lessons learned and folding them into this, really cool package of this huge city where you can explore and swing and go around through. And not only is there that entire city of Manhattan to explore, but then you do have these really awesome levels where you progress the story, and again, this unique, brand new story that actually has a direct effect on the types of activities and different sort of challenges and things you'll discover along the way in the city of Manhattan.
So it looked like in the game, WebRush, a vision ability for Spider-Man, was an integral part of gameplay. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so WebRush is a brand new feature that we built, brand new just for The Amazing Spider-Man. And the origin of WebRush is, if you think about, putting yourself into the shoes of a superhero, how do you really recreate those superhuman or super abilities that we normal mortals do not possess? So, about spider sense, the ability that Spider-Man has to sort of anticipate danger just before it happens. It can even lead him towards danger. So we kind of took that concept and built from there. You know, Spider-Man has the ability to almost sense things before they happen. And what WebRush is the sort of embodiment of all those things. It's what allows gamers to move, act, and think the same way that Spider-Man would, given his extrasensory abilities. So what WebRush is, it's the ability to slow down a lot of the, let me back up for a moment, a lot of the sort of visual style and the way WebRush took shape was based on some of the ideas that came out in some of the previous Spider-Man movies where, you know, someone's shooting a gun at him and he can literally, you know, from his perception, time slows down and he can dodge that danger and that threat coming at him. So with WebRush, you can slow down time for a brief moment and open up a number of different options as a player, from navigational objectives to different combat techniques to objects that I can actually interact with in the environment to increase my abilities to either stop or slow down a different enemy. So think of WebRush as it's always on. You can turn it on or turn it off whenever you want. It's contextual, so it changes based on your position and the context of the world and the situation that you find yourself in. And it's really a bag of tools that you have at your disposal to use to give yourself an edge in any kind of combat situation.
So the game looks really great, and we're really looking forward to it. Any timeline on when it might be coming out?
So the game comes out just in time for the movie on June 26th. We launch in North America, and June 29th for the rest of the world. And I believe the movie comes out just a few days after that. So please jump out and enjoy. Have fun playing as Spider-Man.
Yeah, we definitely look forward to it. Thank you.
You're welcome.